salute the flag first, and since Garrett would like to lead it, we'll let him lead it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Well, Simon, we have 2 meetings to read minutes on. So let her, you go.
December 3rd, the regular meeting of the Franklin Town Board was called to order at 6:05 by Supervisor Jeff Taggart. Present were Jeff Taggart, Garrett Sitz, David Grant, Donnie Smith, Dwight Bruno, and Paul Werner. The minutes were read from the November 6, 2019 meeting. David Grant made the motion to approve the minutes as read. Donnie Smith seconded the motion. All present agreed. Jeff reported that the planning board had nothing last month and the Dollar General had pulled their application. The ZBA tabled another issue for a later date. Dave Tuthill reported for Franklin Kellogg Trust that they have new exercise equipment that will be installed at some point. And also movie nights and Legos for kids. The 2020 meeting dates are as follows. January 7th, 6 o'clock Franklin, February 4th, 6 o'clock Franklin, March 3rd, 6 o'clock Treadwell, April 7th, 7:30 Franklin, May 5th, 7:30 Franklin, June 2nd, 7:30 Treadwell, July 7th, 7:30 Franklin, August 4th, 7:30 Franklin, September 1st, 7:30 Treadwell, October 6th, 7:30 Franklin, November 4th, 6 o'clock Franklin, and December 1st, 6 o'clock Treadwell. Garrett Sitz made a motion to allow the town to pay any necessary bills that have to be paid at the end of the year. David Grant seconded the motion and all present agreed. Jeff said they are still going over plans for new offices. With nothing more to come before the board, Garrett Sitz made a motion to adjourn at 6:35. David Grant seconded the motion, all present agreed. And then December 23rd, a special meeting of the Franklin Town Board was called to order by Supervisor Jeff Taggart at 6:07 p.m. Present were Jeff Taggart, Garrett Sitz, David Grant, Donnie Smith, and Dwight Bruno. Jeff asked for a motion for a resolution accepting the offer of an assessment of $145,000 for 2 years for Love and Hope Animal Sanctuary with reassessment after 2 years. Donnie Smith made the motion to accept their offer. Dwight Bruno seconded the motion. All present agreed. Jeff presented a letter he had received to sign to appoint Coughlin and Gerhardt to represent Town of Franklin for 2020. All present agreed. David Grant made a motion to appoint Dwight Bruno to audit the Town of Justice books. Donnie Smith seconded the motion. All present agreed. The board received a letter from New York Safety Track to support a certificate of need for ambulance service at the track. It was discussed to table until next meeting, and Sonia will email them and ask them to attend a board meeting to explain what they need. With nothing more to come before the board, David Grant made a motion to adjourn at 7:45. Garrett Sitz seconded the motion. All present agreed. And I did email him, and he said he will be here next month for that New York Safety Track thing.
Okay. Is there any additions or corrections? Have a motion to accept the reading of the minutes?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. This paper you handed out, you see the guy's darn, it's just put it. Got Dawn is quick,
Right.
never saw it. That's, I don't know. Who this gets, sent to, or taken for, only for the department.
Yeah, DOT.
Yeah.
Don't know.
So do you want to?
I can let him
No,
know.
that's changed.
Okay. I think
That's
that,
the only thing I can see that's,
okay,
No, somebody do this general.
yeah.
okay, in there, cool, tell me where I need to be, transfer, whatever.
Thank Thank you. Well, Dwight, Dave's not here, is there anything from the foundation?
I've
Shut
got
down
the-
basically for the winter.
I got the fiscal stuff, the financial stuff. There's, in the CD and investment account, there's $1,017,000. And in the checking, there's $31,000. Usually what they do is they'll take some of the money out of the checking when it gets that high. And with the way the market's been in interest,
Keep it growing.
yeah, this seems to be rolling along nicely.
Right, and you're not paying any bills in the winter.
No, and the exercise, as you mentioned, exercise equipment came. We put that down below. They're gonna fasten it to a concrete pad.
Okay.
And they're also thinking about putting in a water line. It'll probably come from the Kellogg building. I think they're gonna allow us to connect to their, one
To
of
the
the
water
spigots.
supply.
You can run it down to the pavilion. And then we also discussed putting electric down to the pavilion also, because there's a source on the other side of the brook there. If they put a pole up, they can run it across and over to the pavilion. So that was it. The next meeting will be April or,
Right.
yeah, April, I think.
Okay. Any questions for Dwight? Okay, well, I think Mark, if you wanna get it.
I don't have nothing other than
Well, that's good. That's
about
good.
every day is all snow.
And I hear yours, which we haven't had them in years, the slide-in sanders. Their capacity isn't there, and so you're switching the, on your truck, you're putting one of the stainless steel bodies on it. Which sounds
Started
like
putting on today.
Yep. Now, is that, or, no, you took the dump body off the Mack that we just bought to put your sander on it. Now, would it be good to advertise those slide-in sanders? Because it's something you don't like, you don't use, you may not use eventually, okay.
Yeah, it's gonna wait till like spring because there's 4 sets of axles out there that we can put on
Oh,
the
okay.
ones that we took out of
Oh, okay, yeah, off the
other
truck.
trucks, and I can put
So you got the
that.
Mack changed too?
Pardon?
Did you get the Mack changed yet?
Yeah,
Well, you got them all done.
they're all done. All 3 of them. We finished that one up, what, 2 weeks ago?
Oh,
Yeah.
For Christmas.
Yeah.
Before Christmas, we had them all done. And then we just started today changing over
right, that box.
stainless box, and hopefully that will help.
Now, is that the only spare we have, is there another, have we got another stainless? That's the
No,
only
that's
one.
it.
So I have 4 or 5 stainless steel boxes.
So you got 5.
At least one.
Good, thank you.
Actually, 6.
No, 6 with James.
Got
No,
6.
7 with Billy's.
Yeah.
Right. There's 2 10 coats.
Yeah. We're all
2.
We've
And
got
4
them, they're just
Hendersons.
not on the trucks, is that what yours?
No, they're not.
One's not,
One's not.
the one that we started today,
Right.
but every other one's got stainless on it right now.
Yep.
7 out of 8 of them.
That's good. And this truck, that one that we took bid on, haven't come for it?
He called again today, just weather.
Just whether, okay.
Yep.
Because I had
We started it up the other day, run fine, so they're gonna come down and put it away. We'll run it up.
somebody questioned me, I didn't realize who had bought the Mack, but they see it sitting up at Tim's. I said, well, what for bid? So,
But
how'd he get it? I guess he bid the highest for it, that's all.
that's exactly why we do this.
That's right. But somebody mentioned, I can't remember who it was now, to be honest. Okay, any questions for Mark? Guess not, thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
The planning board, there was just interest on possibly doing a boundary line adjustment up on Heathen Hill. That's the only business that came before us. ZBA has been quite active. That, they didn't have a quorum the night of the public hearing, so the county has said it's not an official meeting since they didn't have a quorum. And so I'm not sure, I think the 22nd of January, I think Mary Ann wants to have another meeting of the ZBA. And I'm not sure what she's gonna bring forward. Other than that, I think that's on the ZBA and planning. We have a list of people to appoint to positions. There it is. I guess it'd be as good a time as any to do that. The physical officer will be myself. The deputy physical officer will be Paul Warner. Deputy town supervisor, if Garrett is,
As long as you live.
nope. Okay. Well, be nice to me. Deputy clerk is Teddy Story.
What's that?
The deputy town clerk is Teddy Story.
Don't scare them.
Deputy superintendent of highways, that would be Jamie Archibald, I believe. Yeah, walk there over that one. Health officer is Greg Kajowski. Code enforcement officer is Martin Jacobs. Town attorney is Cheryl Sacco. Animal control officer is Penny Constable. Court clerk is Mrs. Beers from Walton. Jan Schleifer is retired, and she actually works for the village and town of Walton. And she's gonna come to the meeting next month to introduce herself to everybody. Planning board chair is Dan Schleifer. Town historian is
Laura Foster.
Laura Foster Cave. Town board representative on planning board is myself. Town board representative on rec committee, I think we have two of them, Garrett and Dave. Town board rep on A.L. Kellogg Foundation is Dwight. Official newspaper is a Walton Reporter. And the official bank is Wayne Bank. Have we missed anybody? Anybody can think of somebody that I haven't talked about?
Did you mention animal control?
Yep.
Yeah, that's Penny Constable.
Oh.
Yep,
Dog control.
right, not ant, it's dog control, yeah, right. Yep. And I saw her today and she, boy, am I underpaid. She's had a bad
Yeah,
week.
she told me she didn't want to do it anymore.
She's had a bad week. But she seems very level-headed and she's doing a good job. It just is what happens. Okay, anything else on the board, anything? And we'll open it up to concerns. I guess we'll open it up.
I'm just here on behalf of the rec committee. I just wanted to give our little overview. Last month's meeting, we did our elections and everything has stayed the same because there's only so many of us. So everything has stayed the same. We've started our basketball program, which we joined the Oneonta Boys and Girls Club for their round robin program. So that encompasses grades 3 through 6, boys and girls. Last year we started joining that program and we were able to field a grade 3-4 boys team and a grade 5-6 boys team. This year we were able to field a grade 3-4 girls team as well as both of our same boys teams. But our numbers have increased, so last year they kind of dished us some straggler kids from different communities, and this year we are full Franklin teams. And if you average about 20 kids per grade, 3, 4, 5, 6, we have about 38% of those kids in those grades playing basketball. So that is really nice, about a 10% increase from last year, so we're really happy about that. And, you know, a huge thank you goes to Daryl Beers at the school. He's facilitated us getting in so everybody can have their own independent time with the gym, and he's been really helpful at you know, allowing us access, and you know, just furthers the idea that it takes a community to make all of this happen. We received our youth bureau funding money from our youth bureau's positions from the lifeguard at the pool, so we thank you for that as well. And our next meeting is February 11th, and we hope to start talking about pool and pool director and lifeguards, and if anybody knows anybody that would like to take a lifeguarding course and be a lifeguard, we would be open to talking about that.
Okay.
If anybody has any questions.
Any questions for Amanda?
Okay, so I'm excusing myself to go to a basketball game,
Okay.
but thank you for your time.
Yep. No, that's not the one here, it's one in Oneonta.
One in Oneonta, yeah. Two boys on two different teams.
Right.
Makes it a running kind of week. Thank you.
Gonna get worse,
Yeah,
because there's gonna be a girl involved.
yeah.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions?
My glasses.
We have talked with Delhi Telephone Company. They are, what, the 23rd, 22nd?
13th of
Oh, February.
February.
Okay.
They can get everything going in here and then up in the village.
Right.
Wow.
Both.
Yeah,
So,
so,
and we met with them today.
it's at the village.
Yeah.
I've seen, you know, it's be more local than it's ever been. Of course, well, Frontier used to be local, but no, they're not.
Whole lot cheaper.
That should save us, we should save in the 50% range. So it's, sounds like a good winning situation for us. And hopefully, the community saves the same, some money too, and has better service. It all comes down to service, that's all it is. And hopefully they fulfill their promise of giving us service. Okay, is there any, so that's, I'm not sure if there's,
Yeah, they said they'll be giving us internet service at both
right, both facilities.
places.
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
So we'll have it here and
And then we'll have to pay for the phone service.
just the phone service, right?
They'll give us internet and cable.
Internet, cable, yep.
Yeah, and then we'll have to pay for the phone service. So that's something that will be, eventually, I hope it'll go to like a lot of the big business. So right now we've got 6 lines, 7 different phone numbers, something like that. The assessor, everybody. And what I'd like to see it go to is 1 town number, and then when you come up to the directory, you choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess you still have the lines, but just keep it 1 number to remember, then you can remember who you want to talk to. Seems to be the way of the world, and I think it does work well. We're having issues trying to find the septic up on the new house foundation. I haven't heard anything.
Thursday, we're supposed to be back up there.
Oh, okay.
They're bringing cameras.
Cameras. Okay, good.
Was that Reynolds who put that in?
I think Reynolds originally did it, but I guess they don't have any idea where it is or what it is or.
All the blueprints and everything, I guess whoever owned it lived in Walton and lost it all in the flood.
Oh, okay.
All the paperwork got lost, I guess. in the
Yep.
flood.
Okay. Yep. Well, we'll hopefully find something and get going on that. And what else have we got? Any other questions, concerns? It's, come on, people, we're getting something out there. I after we shut down, I'll think of something, but,
This will go in the Guinness Book of Records.
pardon?
This will go in the Guinness Book of Records.
It'll go in somewheres, yes. Don't spoil us, come on now. You guys have been out mornings and stuff, doing the roads, plowing the roads and stuff, so this will probably be all right for you to go home early.
Yeah.
But is there anything missing?
I can't think of anything.
No, Dolly Tough ones going forward. We're waiting to see what kind of plans there's, whatever we can get from for the building. We haven't heard anything from the engineers, so that's, hopefully we may have a special meeting on that, hopefully we get with us to get something going, because we gotta, the longer we set. And I understand the village is gonna take over the house and the museum.
I've heard 2 stories on that.
Oh, 2 stories on that, okay.
I've heard that they're going in the back, in the museum,
Oh, okay.
so.
Whatever, I mean, that's would be a good place for them, I guess. They sold the other part, the old firehouse. There are 2 stories on that too.
I haven't heard about that.
Isn't that building really bad?
Pardon?
Isn't that building really bad?
It's not handicap accessible for meeting, I mean, that's.
No, not the fire.
Where we are.
Where, I was downstairs for the first time today, and the basement, I didn't think was that bad. Now, I don't know what the upstairs on the other half of the house is.
Yeah, that didn't look too good.
That's a whole nother story, you don't get into there. But I was impressed with it's got a concrete floor in it, and it was all dry, there wasn't a wet spot in it. I mean, I was expecting a lot worse. I thought, oh, it's got a crawl space and all this, but.
Well, they got 2 buildings there, don't they? The I thing and the other one, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, both houses, yeah.
Isn't the I one better building for them?
Well, that's where they had been meeting, was in George Rich's house there. They had been holding meetings, but I think now they're going up in the museum, upstairs in the museum. Yeah. But anyway, I did go to a meeting with the village, and they were in George Rich's house is where they were having that meeting that month. Well, I guess I would entertain a motion to adjourn if there's nothing else. Any discussion? All in favor? Thank you very much.
22 minutes and 50 seconds.
I have another meeting at 7, and I told them for sure I would be late.
Well, just take your time, you can be late anyway.